And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. That's a quote by Anais Nin. Speaking of word midwives, here we go. The midwife. She rolls up her sleeves and reaches for you. She has strong arms. Her skin is covered in tattoos like some elaborate living tapestry. She's a work of art, and she knows it. It's all a work of art, and she knows that too. Come see the she beams. Come hear, smell, feel, taste. She loves to dance, Afro-Cuban, Latin, Congolese. Loves to laugh, and her eyes crinkle when she does, making her look ancient even as a girl. And in these ancient eyes, one can see generations of midwives before her. Women of every continent, of every color, culture, tongue, and song. Women through all space and time. She walks everywhere, eats food from strangers' hands, falls back into their arms. These are no strangers, she sings. Come meet my mamas and papas, my sisters and brothers. Old friend, old soul, old spirit born anew. Come on out and breathe your first breath in this world I call home. Incredible, edible world. See how we do that? He dances toward me, holding a dandelion between his teeth and singing yum yum like some merry little troubadour. One of the neighbors' kids he is. If I doodled him, he'd be all freckles and bangs, red sneakers and smiles. Come here, try a honeysuckle, he says, studying each flower, seeking out a juicy one just for me. When I drink its nectar, I too fall into second grade, as onto a great pile of raked leaves, drinking cloverleaf tea from a tiny tin cup, under a blanket draped from the swing set, under the stars. Once upon a cool school morning, starts his mom. The children wander the woods, feasting on the lessons of roots, stems, leaves, and flowers. Good? He asks. Yum, great, I agree. I think I'll eat a tulip, he sings, still dancing. Can you eat tulips? Asks his mom. I don't know. Hugging his mom, petting the dog with his bare feet, and wondering what other secrets the grown-ups are keeping about this sweet, sweet world. A moment of non-silence. Every second Tuesday of the month at 1 o'clock sharp, do you know what happens in Ann Arbor? The disaster siren sounds, and the church bells ring. A water lily blooms, a lark sings, and a snake swallows a frog, in an instant at once terrifying and delicious. An actor gets the part, an exec gets the axe, a woman gets a new heart, and a man, poor, dark, and innocent, gets 30 years to life. A child is born, a child laughs, a child cries, and a child dies in his mother's thin and trembling arms. A forest is felled, a village digs itself a new well, an old war, a new peace. The sun rises, the sun sets, rain falls and falls. If it didn't, it wouldn't be rain. Somewhere in the world this is happening all the time, I know. But now is our moment to remember the terrible beauty of it all. Healing. This is her favorite place in the world, this small stretch of great lake where dune and forest meet, where humans have built small footbridges across the delicate landscape, not to conquer nature, but to be one with it. And so she came, not to conquer her sorrow, but simply to be one with it. She walked slowly and heavily along the coastline, creating a slow, dense poem of footfalls, breath, and wake. A verse without words, but not without meaning. And then suddenly she burst forth into the lake, disappearing up to her waist, rushing to rescue a butterfly caught in a strong fall wake. She cupped her hands, let the butterfly drift into them. And then, back to the wind, she waded ashore. Or at least, she carried the butterfly to shore, though in a sense she herself was no more. For miles she walked backwards to protect the delicate butterfly from the great wind, and perhaps her own delicate spirit too. They walked up and up and up, suspended high above this old-growth landscape of forest rising from sand, roots drinking from the earth and holding it together too, in an act of perfect give and take. And the butterfly stayed with her all this time, and she with it, and each with each other. And in time, as measured not by the ticks of clocks, but by love or faith, the butterfly drifted from her finger to a railing. And in time, as measured not by the ticks of clocks, but by love and by faith, the butterfly flapped its wings and flew quietly away. And when she returned to the great lake in search of her sorrow, she discovered that it too had found its wings and flown quietly away. Song of ourselves. Before, a leaf of grass was fabled to be no less than the journey work of the stars. Before, a man, a poet, celebrated himself and sang himself and contradicted himself and was large and contained multitudes, or anything at all. There was a tribe in Africa where each child was born with a song. The tribe sang this song to the child at birth, at birthdays, at each rite of passage, when she became a woman, when he became a man. And if ever the child, the woman, or the man did transgress, the whole tribe would form a circle around her, around him, and sing her song, sing his song. Imagine how different would be our own society if we too visited all the birthing rooms, all the celebrations, all the corners of all the timeouts, all the principals' offices, all the prisons, all the streets, joined hands in a circle and sang each child's song, each woman's song, each man's song. At the end of a life, the tribe sings the song just once more and then never again. For its people believe that a song, like a life, comes only once in an eternity. Maybe instead of imagining, we should just start singing. You sing my song, and me, I'll sing yours. Don't worry if we don't know the words. For now, we can just hum. Feel someone has done something on your behalf. It's slippery when your sense of justice murmurs underneath and you're asking, how am I going to make it right? How am I going to make it right? How am I going to make it right? With a palm full of stars, I throw them like dice repeatedly. I shake them like dice and throw them on the table. Repeatedly.